All right. Hey, flooring pros, Jerry Levinson here, and we're going to go over how to beat your competition honestly and ethically with higher prices. And this is always a challenge I run across is you got that guru that's been in it for years that disagrees with a lot of what I say and what I teach because the thought is that you're a slick salesperson. I don't do that. I'm more honest. I'm more ethical. I show all the details. I have the knowledge and experience and yada, yada, yada. So, how do you grow? How do you sell? How do you do things better, faster, and more profitable, but do that honestly and ethically? Let's talk about that. So, again, the belief is it takes years of experience and extensive product knowledge to sell and do what I do. So, and I don't want to be this guy, right? I don't want to be that slick salesperson that'll say anything and do anything just to get the sale. I don't want to be a high pressure person, and I don't want to treat people that way. I don't want to treat people dishonestly, and I'm not in it just for the money. So I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be that slick salesperson. So let's walk it through. Is it more honest and ethical to sell in the home? Absolutely. Think about it, what this person did. They're inviting you into their home, which is not fun. That's not a great experience for somebody to have a stranger come into their home, go into their bedroom, their bathroom, their closets, and do measurements. And they have to clean up, or even if they clean up, half the times, how many people tell you, sorry for the mess, and the house is spotless. So, but it's not a comfortable experience to invite strangers into your home to give an estimate. It's more honest and more ethical to try to sell them while you're in the home. It gives greater respect for their time and what they're doing than it would be to give them an estimate a day or two later, or even later on that afternoon. Not only that, it gives them the opportunity to go over the project with you and get get an explanation about the prices or whatever questions that they have. It's much easier for them, and it's much more honest and ethical to give them the quote while you're there, why they invited you into their home. Hey, do me a favor, even if you don't like the video, like and subscribe to my channel here. You're gonna get a lot of content you're gonna love, and then share it with a friend. I'd love to hear your comments too. So leave me a comment below what you think as you hear this. Agree, disagree? Love to hear what you think. All right, is it ethical to give one price by bundling? And I've heard this that people that do a line item quote versus one item because I want to be more transparent about my prices, as if customers really care about all the details. You know what customers care about? They care about the results. They care about what's getting done, how it's getting done, more than what does every item cost. So let's go through this example. Again, go through a couple examples. Insurance does it. They've been doing it for 50 years with the Happy Meal or more than that. So bundling that and making it convenient for you to buy more and have a better experience, because nobody complains about it when they get things bundled and they save money. So going through this process, let's say you're installing the flooring for this client, and you might break out the material and then your labor price. On carpet, you're going to do it all as one price, but in this case, let's do carpet tear out is included because you have to tear out the carpet. Now you might charge extra for a hard surface, which is fine. Know that number and insert that there, but that has to get done. You can't install the new flooring until you tear out the old flooring. So that should be part of the installation price and not an option for them to do it themselves. Is it more honest and ethical? Absolutely. I mean, you really want them to tear out their own stuff and haul it off to the dump. You know what a chiropractor costs these days? It's crazy. So do that for them as part of the service. Floor prep, you're not going to get away from it. You're going to have to do some work on the floor to get it ready to properly install the flooring to manufacturer specs. Okay, and explain the difference between floor prep and floor repair so they know, but include some floor prep in every job. The installation, of course, is the main cost. And then the shoe molding. What about shoe molding? What do you do to finish off that project? Some of you, very few, do brand new baseboards. Put that in your price. That has to get done. Something has to get done. Don't make them hire another contractor to get this project done right. It's better, it's more honest and more ethical to include the things that need to be done in order to finish this job right. Furniture move. Now, studies have shown that anybody that can afford new flooring has a bad back, and they don't want to move their own furniture. Take care of that for your customers. Move their furniture, pay your installers more, get that done. It's a much better customer experience. Is it ethical and honest to charge higher prices? You don't want to rip off customers, right? Well, yes, the only way that you can be unethical, it doesn't matter what you charge. Just do what you said you were going to do for the price you agreed to do it for. Okay, you didn't hold a gun to their head. They agreed to pay the price, and you should do what you said you were going to do. The price is irrelevant. I see this with marketing all the time. You know how many times people complain to me that their marketing company is ripping them off? And really what I find is the marketing company isn't charging them enough. And if the marketing company charged the proper rate to get the right results, then you wouldn't complain. But the problem is you're not getting any results because you're not paying enough. And the marketing company just doesn't know how to do that, right? How to sell and provide you that service correctly. So you feel like you're getting ripped off, which you are, but you're not paying near what you should be paying. So that happens with flooring a lot too. It's always the cheap guy that rips off customers because they can't afford to provide the service because they're behind with suppliers or they're not hiring good installers. It's always the cheaper guy that is the one ripping off customers. It has nothing to do with what you charge. It has to do with the service that you provide. We're always one of the highest prices in town and get nothing but 5-star reviews. Is it honest and ethical to recommend something more expensive? Well, absolutely. I mean, people enjoy driving luxury cars. A Lexus, you're driving around in a beautiful luxury car, and then you're happy about it. You're happy about the experience. You can't wait to get off of work to get in your car. You go on road trips. You enjoy the experience. Now, any car will get you from point A to point B. A Toyota Corolla will do the same as a Lexus. So is it honest and ethical to sell something that somebody's going to like more? Absolutely. I'll go through an example I have. It's one of my favorite stories. I had a customer come into my showroom and ask, do you guys have carpet for $3 a foot? We just came from Home Depot. My response is, oh, tell me about the project. What are you guys working on? And he said, we're working on the master bedroom. Oh, okay. Is this for you or are you selling the house? They said, oh, no, we love this house. This is for us. So right there, it's unethical for me to sell them something for $3 a foot in a house that they love and they're going to be in. Now, you might think since they asked for a price, it would be more honest and ethical to sell them something at that price or lower. I think the other way, that it's unethical to give them some crap that they're not going to like. It's not going to hold up well versus selling them something that they're going to love. I ended up showing them a Bolero carpet for $650 a square foot. Price came to $2,300, and they said, "Whoa, that's more." We're hoping to stay closer to $1,500. I said, "All right, let me show you something else." I showed them another carpet that was $200 less. They said, "It's not worth it to save $200. Let's go with the Bolero." They went with it. They loved it. They referred us. They used us on more rooms. And I didn't meet that price criteria right out of the gate because I have a process for selling that helps people buy more expensive things. And I don't do that. I've never believed with a top-down selling, because if you're doing top-down selling consciously, then that is kind of unethical, trying to drive up the price for the purposes of driving up the price. I drive up the price on things because I know they're going to like it better. So the full getting a better product, I know they're going to enjoy it more. I know I'm going to get a 5-star review. I know I'm going to get referrals and repeat business. But giving them higher things that cost more money, if that's better for them, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not doing it just to drive up prices. This is the reason I started this video. My good friend Matt Garcia has been wood flooring. He's one of the smartest people I know when it comes to wood flooring. Got a great business, but it's really all about him. He's not in that growth mode where he wants to get to $4, $5, $6 million, $10 million, which is fine. But we always have this battle about is it important to be knowledgeable about every aspect of the business in order to be a successful salesperson? And my argument is absolutely. It's perfectly fine and ethical, even if you don't know everything that maybe another expert knows. Certainly, you're not going to know as much as Matt if you're competing against him. So, do we just close up shop and go home? Absolutely not. But if you're the owner of the company, then it's on you to prepare your salesperson, and not by giving them all the information that they need, but by giving them a sales presentation that they can pass along to the customer to show that the customer is going to get taken care of. They're going to be sold the right product, the right service for the right price. And you can create a system where the expert comes in and does a check measure on sold jobs. So during that time, the salesperson is going to learn more and more as time goes on. But I wouldn't think that a salesperson can't go out and honestly, ethically sell products that they aren't fully knowledgeable about. I can tell you, I've never known the difference between WPC and SPC, and I really don't care. I've been successfully selling flooring for over 10 years now. And when I was running my business, even if a customer asked me, I would tell them flat out, I don't know the difference. You'd have to ask one of my salespeople. I just own the company. They would laugh and we would move on. Because I'm only selling products I know are going to hold up and they're going to be good for customers. So regardless of what they are, I know everything I'm selling in my showroom is going to come with a lifetime guarantee. It's going to have great wear. It's going to have great scratch resistant. I know I can stand behind that stuff 100%. So given all that, I can hire a salesperson with a good personality and set them up for success, telling people about our process. We create good kick-ass sales presentations that helps make our salespeople successfully sell the product and deliver a 5-star experience to the customer. You can do that without all the product knowledge and installation knowledge. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go out there and learn that stuff, but there is something to that too, where there was a gentleman that worked for a buddy of mine that owns a pool company, and he decided one year, I'm going to learn every aspect of this, because he was their best salesperson and he didn't know about a lot of the stuff that went into the pool. He didn't know about the pumps and all the concretes and all these little details and stuff that an expert would know. And what happened that year? His sales went down. It dropped because he got caught up in all the details, such as in flooring, is this wear layer? What is the core of a Revwood laminate and a Core-Tech luxury vinyl flooring? Those have two different cores, but they're going to be exactly the same to the customer when they're living with it, walking on it, and having to clean it, having to install it. All the details are going to be the same for the customer. So how that product was manufactured, is that important? No, it's not. We get caught up in that stuff and we're telling stuff to our customers when what they really want to know is, how good is this going to look in my house? And how easy is it going to be to maintain? And will it hold up to the activity of my lifestyle? Am I going to love the product? So if you give them two products that are completely different, they're going to act the same and they're going to love, that's what's important. All right, guys, to learn more ways that you can increase your closing rate, increase your margins, get more 5-star reviews, and create some kick-ass marketing, apply to learn more. Go to jerrylevinson.com/apply and learn how to increase your business. We're going to increase your business 90K over the next 90 days and help you honestly, ethically profit now in the flooring industry.